Good evening students, welcome back to the class. I hope you are well and let us begin with the class. So we will continue with the Nernst equation for Daniell cell. In the Daniell cell you know that the zinc electrode was there and a copper electrode was there. The zinc electrode was giving out Zn2 positive and in the solution whatever Cu2 positive was present it was being converted to Cu. So that was the overall concept that we have learned till now. Now if you realize one thing that since the zinc electrode is diminishing in size and the copper electrode is increasing in size, at one point of the time, you will reach a condition where the zinc electrode is over. Clear? So at that point, equilibrium is reached and the E cell will be read as 0 by the voltmeter that was attached in the wire connecting the two electrolytes, right? So E cell will become 0 here. Now if you bring this term to your left hand side, you will obtain the resultant equation E naught cell equal to 2.303 RT by twice F log concentration of Zn2 positive ion divided by concentration of Cu2 positive ion. So this term is now related to the equilibrium chapter that we have learned in class 11. So let us recall a little bit about the equation. So the overall Daniell cell equation was Zn plus Cu2 positive Cu plus Zn2 positive. So if you can't remember what is it about, if you can't understand, please go back to the previous classes. I have explained it many times thoroughly. So and if you have understood, you can continue with this class, okay? Otherwise you can just go back to that class and watch it. Later on you come here. Now if you have remembered, the equilibrium constant was what? Multiplication or the product of the concentration of the product. These are the products, these are the reactants. If you consider this as a reaction, these two are the reactants and these two are the products. And equilibrium constant definition was what? In the numerator, concentration of the products will be present divided by multiplication of the concentration of the reactants. So concentration of Cu into, many of you used to do it here wrong, you used to place here plus, so it is not plus, this will be multiplication, remember it. Then concentration of the zinc ion divided by Zn Cu. As you know that concentration of a solid substance is always unity, is always 1. It does not change. Concentration of a solid, it is not change of a pure solid. Okay, so this will be 1 and this will be 1. So we are left with concentration of Zn2 positive divided by concentration of Cu2 positive. Now let us come back to the equation. So in place of this you can write log of Kc, right? This term is equivalent to Kc, so you can write here Kc. This is 1, okay? So this is 1 and this is 1, so we are left with this 2. At equilibrium Kc is this. Now E naught cell will become 0.059 divided by 2. How is 0.059? We have also discussed this as well. So Faraday, you know, it's 96500 coulomb. R you know, T you know. So if you place all this and if you divide, you will get this, okay? 2 is what? Number of electrons involved. Number of electrons involved in Daniell cell is 2. So if you place Faraday's constant, if you place R, if you place T, then you will get 0.059 and 2 is as usual 2 log Kc. So this is a generalized equation for E naught cell in relation with Kc. This equation can be used for any type of cell, okay? Now if you move further, you know that E naught cell for Daniell cell was 1.1. We have calculated yesterday. Next here you see you can calculate log of Kc, but log of Kc calculation will need anti-log. So you can do this procedure yourself by using mathematical formula, which is very less required. But you have to remember this equation, which is important, okay? So this is a generalized equation and you can use it for any cell after the cell has obtained equilibrium. Okay, this equation is for the cell only after it has attained equilibrium, only after the electrode, one of the electrode is over. Okay, when that electrode will get over, it will attain equilibrium and you can use this formula. Another important formula we'll get here after studying the Gibbs energy. So if you can remember, we have studied the Gibbs energy in class 11. And what is Gibbs energy? It is the actually an ability to do work by a system. It is the chemical energy that helps a system to do work in simple terms. And the formula for Gibbs energy was G equal to enthalpy minus product of temperature and entropy. What was entropy? Entropy was randomness of a system. Okay, and now you can relate the E cell potential of a cell with the Gibbs energy, and that formula is delta G, change in Gibbs energy, equal to minus n F E cell. So this F is the Faraday's constant you have to put, and n is the number of electrons involved. So for the Daniell cell, Zn plus Cu2 positive equal Zn2 positive plus Cu not equal, sorry, this gives, okay, product. Now delta G equal to 2. In place of n you have to place 2 because that is the number of electrons involved. And Fe cell, or if we talk about the standard Gibbs energy, then everything will be standard here, right? So it will be delta G naught equal to minus 2 Fe naught cell. So if we are talking about standard Gibbs energy, it will be standard electrode potential. After if it is only about Gibbs energy, then it will be cell potential. Clear? I feel you are already familiar with the terms like resistance, conductance, conductivity, resistivity. So these are some of the terms that you have learned in physics, in electricity. And since this is a chapter for electrochemistry, so it is related to electricity and we need to know these terms, right? So this will be a revision for you as well. Now when we talk about resistance, it is directly proportional to length and inversely proportional to the area. More the length, more resistance. Next, more the area, less resistance will be felt. Clear? Now here we need to understand this term actually, how area and resistance is connected. For that we can take a simple example. Consider a water pipe, okay, a bigger pipe and a smaller pipe. So from the bigger pipe, water can flow out easily, right? The speed of the water will be normal, slow. But when the pipe becomes smaller, what happens? The speed of the water is also higher, isn't it? If we squeeze or if we tap up a water pipe, what happens? The water, the moving water speeds up, isn't it? So similar thing happen. Area is less here, but the speed is more. Similarly, the area is, if it is more, the resistance will be less, and if the area is less, resistance will be more. Okay, now the proportionality sign is removed by a term, that is resistivity. This is the resistivity. Opposite, inversion of resistance is conductance. Obviously, if resistance is there, then conductance will be there. Opposite of resistance is conductance, and resistivity, it will be conductivity. 1 by R is conductance, which is designated with capital G, and 1 by rho is what? Kappa. Is it clear? Kappa. This is the term. G equal to 1 by R. If we place the value of R here, you will get A by rho L. 1 by rho is 1, rho means resistivity, 1 by rho means conductivity. So conductivity is designated with kappa, kappa A by L. Clear? One more term you will get here, L by A equal to cell constant. L by A equal to cell constant. L by A will be R by rho, R by rho. 1 by rho means kappa, so R into kappa. So you have to remember this thing. This term is important and this one is important. If you know these two formula, you will know the rest. No need to worry about it. Okay, so resistance, conductance, resistivity, then conductivity. Clear? So this is rho and this is kappa, Greek letters.